Good day. Thank you for joining us for today's news. If you find this helpful, please consider subscribing. We're here every day with calm, clear updates just for you.
Doctors in Gaza are struggling to treat children suffering from severe malnutrition, many of whom may not recover from the damage caused by the ongoing conflict. The situation has worsened as food supplies are blocked and aid is insufficient, leading to irreversible development and the unrestricted opening of Gaza's crossings to allow the flow of aid.
Christchurch is dealing with a serious air pollution problem. Especially in winter, wood smoke from home heating and traffic fumes are major contributors. The city's geography traps, Puyem 2. 5. Professor Simon Hales explains that even though air quality has improved, it's still fall short of danger. The health risks are significant, particularly for those with heart or lung conditions. Long-term exposure can worsen diseases and even cause premature traffic mapas. The solution lies in switching to cleaner fuel and promoting public transport. New Zealand has made progress, but more needs to be done.
The Postcode lottery for hip and knee replacements in New Zealand continues to affect patients differently based on where they live. While some regions offer shorter wait times and lower eligibility thresholds, others like Southland and Invercargill face long waits and higher barriers to treatment. Long waits and higher barriers to treatment face long waits and higher pay periods. The Chabisage and Shipu.
A 12-month-old baby in New Zealand died after receiving an adult dose of phosphate medication. The tragic error involved 3 pharmacy staff, an intern who misread the dosage, a trainee technician who didn't notice the medication was for an infant. The parents say the intern should have had more support. The incident has sparked calls for system-wide changes to medication safety protocols. Investigations are ongoing, and the pharmacy is reviewing its processes. The tragedy has left a fate could happen.
New Zealand exporters are facing a new challenge with the U.S. imposing a 15% tariff on their goods, potentially placing the country at a disadvantage compared to trade partners like Australia and Chile. Industry leaders warn of economic repercussions and call for diversification strategies.
In December 2023, a tragic accident near Hastings, New Zealand, claimed the life of Canadian tourist Helen Poon. A coroner's report now links her death to vandalism and antisocial driving at the intersection of State Highway 50 and Marikakako. Critical road signs had been removed or damaged, and road markings were obliterated, leaving no clear indication that Poon needed to yield. Coroner Mark Wilton highlighted that these changes to the intersection played a significant role in the crash. Helen Poon, a responsible motorist and car enthusiast, had been driving. Her friend, Margareta Dovgal, who survived the crash, now speaks out about the consequences of such reckless behavior. This tragic incident serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of road safety and the impact of vandalism on public infrastructure.
QRL is leading a major push for electrification and infrastructure development in New Zealand, aiming to boost economic growth and reduce carbon emissions. Key projects include the Avondale to Southdown Rail Link in Auckland and the Golden Triangle electrification, which will significantly cut emissions by 2035 and 2050. These initiatives are part of a long-term vision to create a more sustainable and integrated transport system for the future.
New Zealand is facing a serious infrastructure crisis due to poor maintenance and short-sighted planning. A report by the Helen Clark Foundation highlights transparency and long-term investment to ensure that the country's infrastructure future generations without immediate for New Zealanders will suffer. Now is the time to shift from reactive to porter.
New Zealand is facing a serious energy crisis that's threatening its economy. Energy prices have skyrocketed, pushing businesses to cut back or close, and the nation is at risk of deindustrialization. Simon Bridges, former energy minister and CEO of the Auckland Business Chamber, is calling for major reforms in the industry. He argues that the current structure, which allows the 4 major retailers to control both energy, generation, and retail markets, is stifling competition and driving up costs. Bridges proposes separating Yodel that has worked elsewhere. He also urges immediate action to boost supply and long-term planning for stable enterics.
New Zealand's infrastructure sector is under threat from political instability with upcoming elections, and a history of polity of major projects. Political uncertainty has left investors and contractors worry conserger over funding models and diakongers were tangers shorter, polder.
That's all for today's news. We appreciate your time. If you enjoyed this update, please consider subscribing. Your support helps us keep going.